Hi everyone, how is everyone doing? So I'm actually making this video for my group, but I said since I was making it for my group, I might as well just hop on here and do a quick read also. So remember I came and I told you, welcome to Be So Light. I am Felicia, as well as Priestess Makala, as well as Niana. And like and subscribe to be a part of the tribe. So here is the Galactic Heritage cards, and I told about this story. Hi AI. This story, how I got them in Shasta, is the first and only of their kind. So I am actually going to take them out and do a read, just giving a message. And I'm going to separate them out and do a read because it comes in 4 parts. So you have your past and your parallel. Okay. And then you have your future, present. I'm going to put this together. How's everybody doing? I just at the last minute, I decided to. So, well, why don't I go ahead and do these cards? And there's 108 of these cards, which I really like because what else do you know that has 108? And it is the mala beads. So I got this here. And then we're going to talk about I Ching. Okay, so I got the cards laid out. And this is the back of them. But Spirit already told me don't get too into the artwork of the card. It's kind of different. They have color. They're simple colors with meanings, but I kind of not really too keen with the artwork. I guess because it's so much of it put together, but the words and the numbers and the frequency that they bring is what I like. And then we're going to use the Cosmic Consciousness deck with it, something I hardly ever bring out. But these are by Jamie Price. And the Galactic Heritage cards are by the same lady who wrote the book, The Prism of the Lyra. Okay, Prism of Lyra. And she is the one that designed these cars, Lisa Royal Holt. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix these cards up. The sun was so bright this morning, nothing but pure white light coming into the bedroom. I was just like, wow, absolutely crazy. Okay, I picked my card. All right, so let's take a look at what do we need to learn from the past? What's the message from the past with the Galactic Heritage cards from the greatest divine of the 12th and 13th dimension? For the highest good. Let's take a look, shall we? Okay, what is the parallel? Now, these cards are all about the planets and the beings, the different type of star beings. Okay, what is the present action or energy that we're being presented with right now? And what is the future? What are we going to be seeing in the future? And what is the cosmic consciousness energy that connects it all? Okay, the first card is long-term goals. Number 45 is series, and that's the past. The past is coming into fruition. So, what is the past? What is the parallel to that is, well, alienness. Ooh, now I know what number 27, non humanoid parallel, number 27. And that 27 is a nine. So we got two nine energies already. We got long term 45, that's a nine. And then we got 27, that's a nine. And it says non humanoid ending. Okay, past, parallel. Okay, what are we dealing with presently? Number 58, seduction and addiction, Oron. It's the present. Seduction and addiction. So watch out because these are those things that keep you preoccupied so you don't see what's coming on. So we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got the sacred number 13 with that. That's the four, the basis. Then in the future, Zeta Reticula, enlightenment. And that's a number 97. Okay, so that's a 16. That's coming into that energy of, yeah, that's a 7. Wait a minute. That's next month. That's next. This is the 6. That's 16, so that's a 7. Okay, we need to pay attention to this. And then inner guidance, series initiation is the consciousness card. And that's the light language for it. That's going to activate it. Okay. And for some reason, this is like really making my head throb, like right here in the back of my head. So the enlightenment card, the Zeta Reticula. Now, Zetas, we're not talking about the negative ones. All of them, Ceres, Orion, and Zeta, they all have their own, just like we do. We have good and bad people, okay? They have good and bad aliens. Not the whole race is bad. So I remember when I got my Zeta, this being came to me in a dream and took me places and was teaching me things. And I said, you're kind of, I'm not really sure if I should be, he says, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to teach you. And it was all telepathic the way he talks to me. And he says, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to teach you something. So he was the one that took me to the inner layers where the Mother Lemurian crystal plate is. Why do you think they call the Lemurian seeds? Because there is a mother one. Look what's happening. You see how it's flickering? Zeta ain't playing. Zeta's being straight up. All right, Zeta, I'm gonna put you back. Um, that's why he sits right here on the back. He don't be playing. And then I have an Andromedan statue by my bedside. And this is from, I want to say, Cynthia, who used to be alive with us, who started off making all the different ETs that she was being visited by. So today I was feeling really, now on Instagram, I just did a basic 9-card read over there, put it on my Instagram, Priestess Michaela 333. I always say Michaela because you can't say Michaela. But I like saying Michaela 333. So it's over there. But this read, I came over and I said, well, let me do this one because I've been kind of playing with these cards. And I can see why the lady was upset that I got the cards and she didn't get them because she ordered them. I tried to give them back to her. She says, "No, I'm not supposed to have them yet. Obviously, you're supposed to have them because there's something you're getting ready to do." I said, "Yeah." So to see that this is a long-term goal from series, and this is the past, and it's a nine energy, so that's ended. Then the alienness, non-humanoid, parallel, number 27. That's in the parallel realm. Then when we come into the present, we're dealing with seduction and addiction because that's how they keep us occupied. They give you your addictions and your seductions to keep you away from what you're supposed to be doing. But then in the future, when we add up that 97, that comes to 16, which is a 7 energy, which is next month. That's going to be hitting some doors for sure. I can just definitely see that. And by the way, shout out to all the fathers who are in it to win it. Shout out to all of you that stayed in your families or they stayed a part of your daughters and sons' lives. And some of you that stepped in to pick up where the original father was unable to due to either not wanting to fulfill the contract or due to an illness or had to leave and depart from the planet and you stepped in to finish that task. Thank you for being a father. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. And then inner guidance of series initiations. Well, where's the book? Oh, here it is. Let's take a look at that. Inner guidance series activation. My inner guidance always leads me to improvement. It's all about balance outside and information with your inner guidance. Trust your instincts as a valuable part of your knowledge. Inner empowerment helps you to recognize fear or genuine instincts. You are the you are capable of making good decisions. And this card is asking you to learn to recognize your inner physical and emotional signals that are part of your intuition so that you are able to make healthy choices and changes. That's what this is. So, right now, we are being tested on our inner guidance. We are being tested on how do we see our inner guidance of ourselves? How are we really talking to ourselves about that? What's our inner guidance about? So, it's going to be really interesting to throw down the coins to find out what today's um, I Ching is. I'm kind of curious because then I'm going to take it and match it up with the gene keys. Damn, this is cool. So just remember, this was the past. This is the parallel, and this is the present, and this is the future. So we're going to find out where all of our knowledge and who's what connected to whom and what. It's already happening. Especially in dream state, we're already getting that. Wow, that's impressive. Okay. So let me see something. I never took a look. Let me see. Number 58. How did she put this together? Well, she's really detailed in that. Okay. So I like how the cards just say it like it is. If you want to follow up and go into the meaning of the cards a little deeper, you can dig deeper into it. But me, I'm good with just what does it really mean? Intuitively, I can pick up on that. And that's what the energy is. And then when you're diving in and looking at the pictures, she has the alien beings hidden in the drawing. And like this one, if you look at this one, it's non humanoid. Okay. And then series looks like this. Okay, you gotta really look into the pictures and see what's in there. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the I Ching. And I'm gonna post this in the group. So one of the things I want, you throw your coins 6 times. So if you have pennies, quarters, as long as you have two sides that looks different. This is the serpent side, and this is the tail end side. Okay. So I got these. You can use traditional I Ching coins, but mines were looking kind of, I've had them a while, they were looking kind of icky. So I didn't want to use them anymore. So it's time to get something new. So I went ahead and just got these. When you throw the coin, this would be true for shells, this would be true for anything. And then what you do, you want to use, now I already posted this, and this is from the workbook. This book is old. This book is over 20, 22, 23 years old, okay? So this is your formula you're going to be using right here. So we're going to throw the coins. First one. So I have tail, tail, tail. I got 3 tails. So 3 tails is going to be tail to tail. It's going to be a line and a dot. It's going to be one of your changing lines. So at the top, you're going to write out that line and a dot. Okay. So now you're going to toss again, holding about, what is the divine message from the higher realm? 12 and 13. And I got 2 dragons and 1 tail. So 2 heads and 1 tail is going to give me a straight line. 2 heads and 1 tail will give me a straight line. Okay, so now that's going to go underneath. So you're writing out your formula like this. Okay, you have to throw the coin 6 times because you're working with the 6 hexagrams. Okay. So now you're going to toss it again for the third one. So the first 3 lines are as above. Okay, so now I have another tail, tail, tail. So tail, tail, tail. It's going to give me that line there with the dot. Okay, so now I'm going to do my 4th throw. Dragon, dragon, tail. Okay, so 2 heads and 1 tail again. So I made a line. So I'm on throw number 5. So it comes out to 2 tails and 1 head. 2 tails and 1 head. So that's going to be this right here. 2 tails and 1 head is going to be break, break. Break, break. Okay. Last throw. So I have 1 dragon, which is head, and then 2 tails. So 1 head and 2 tails. It's going to be break, break again. Break, break. So this is what your formula looks like. This is the message. Okay. So those 2 lines that have the dot next to it, those are the ones you're going to change them because those are your changing lines. So here, when it says, when you have a changing line, a straight line like this, you're going to make it a break, break line. So you write over to the side of it, you're going to go break, break, line, break, break, line, break, 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 break. Okay. So now I've changed those lines with the dot and made them into their formula break, break lines. See how it is? Because that break, break line right here gives you this. And then if you had two lines that were of the broken, where when you get those two lines where you have three heads, that will give you that, and that will give you that broken, that dot to the next to it. That's where you would have that changing line. Okay. So now we're going to look up what this formula is. And you're going to start with the first three lines. So you got a break, a straight, and a break. So look across the chart on the top, and you're going to go, okay, I got a break and a line and a break. So that's going to be this ka right here, the can. Break, a line, and a break here. So now you're going to follow this down to a line, break, break. So now a line, break, break is going to be right here. So this kin lines up with the ka, and it makes this L, so it lands on number 39. So this is number 39. Okay? So number 39, and then you double check it and make sure. Line, break, break, 39. Okay, so now you can go to number 39 in the book, and it says, obstacles. Obstacles. This is where you dive into it. When you turn it over, you can go, okay, what your top line will mean is this. If it was a changing line, here, the fifth line, you get to see what the meaning of that one. Your fourth line, you get to see the meaning of that. The third line, you get to see the meaning of that. Second line, you get to see the meaning of that. And the bottom line, you get to see the meaning of that. So then the whole 39 gives you the whole meaning of this. And it gives you special notes at the bottom of the ones that were changed lines. Now, working with the I Ching is one of those things you can't mess with it. You can't mess it up. Okay, you just can't mess it up. And it really gives you info, and it'll give you things here on the side. It'll show you what the water is, the mountain, the fire, the water again, and then ruling lines. It's going to show you what the ruling line is. Okay, it's going to show you this line is the ruling one. And then it gives you information about the ruling line underneath, which lines you up with that fifth line here. That means really pay attention to that energy. It says, even in the most desperate struggles, your spirit alone will attract helpers. This cooperation will bring you success in your endeavors. Obstacles will give way. So one of the things that came into my space last night, I was in deep thought. I don't call it the meditation. When I laid out, I call it, I just kind of went somewhere and I got some info. And one of the things that has bothered me um, when everything is coming up, and you hear certain people say things like, nobody's coming to help us, nobody's coming to save us, no, we have to save ourselves. I'm going to say this again. And I strongly believe this, and this is my opinion, my words, my divinity, my sovereignty thought. This was never our fight in the first place. I don't want to hear anything about we set this up and blah, blah, blah. No, we did not. Because these were beings who had all these treaties, okay, that they signed thousands of years ago of enslavement of us. June 19th, yes, I understand that freedom of things that have happened to our culture, but really it needs to be a human 19 to be freed from this, but we're not free yet. We're still fighting these battles with these beings who govern over us. And when I'm not talking about, you know, the government and how you see it, I'm talking about the behind the scenes, the ones that are really doing it. I'm not talking about the puppets. I'm talking about the ones behind the scene. So the I Ching isn't going to lie. It's not going to be sweet and nice and say, "Hi, I don't want to hurt your feelings." No, the I Ching's going to say, "Look, this is what's coming. This is what the deal is. Take the information and see where it is divinely aligning itself. Where is it? Where is it pointing at?" That's how powerful the I Ching is. When you're asking a question and you're holding a thought and you're throwing the coins down, it's going to give you. It's the same if we were doing the shells. We were tossing these down, and the face is up and the face is down. How many are up? How many are down? Okay, it's the same thing if you're throwing shells. You're looking at what is the message that's being said to you in that space. Okay, so now you have number 39. So today, everyone can take the time to look up number 39 and also look up number 39 in the gene key to see how it correlates. Well, wait a minute, let me get the gene key. Why not get it? Shoot, sitting right here. Shows you how much I'm doing my stuff here. Okay, so gene key. Boom, boom, boom. Big old book. Okay, gene key 39. The tension of transcendence. Sounds like the same thing. Liberation, Dionysm, and provocation. Provocation. Provocation, excuse me. Provocation. Provocation. I hardly ever see that word. So that's what it lines up to. So let me look and see. Yep, it lines up with that. The broken, the straight, the broken, the line, the broken. There you go. So now this is another activation. Now the gene key, remember, this is the activation. This, when you read it from your workbook or your I Ching book, this is the info, but this is the activation because it's going to line it all out and tell you. And as you're reading it, your body is getting it. You know, hold on a second, you guys. I'm sorry, something's pulling on me. So weird. I'm just seeing this weird cloud outside my window, and it's so interesting looking. It's just like it's like fixated on it. So now you know how to match that up. So if you have the gene keys, you can read it, and if you have your I Ching book, you can also dive into that. So each time when we dive into these formulas, it's like a key. You're taking a key and you're turning the lock, and you're unlocking something else inside of yourself, something you either need to look at, be aware of. You're unlocking a key. So when I was sleeping and I got up briefly out of bed because the light was so bright at the window. I'm not kidding. The light was like so white. It was whiter than this white piece of paper. It's matter of fact, it's just like this light right here on the O-ring. It was white like that coming through my window this morning at around 6:15, 6:30. Oh, that was a big shadow. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Wow. Okay, something else I want to bring to your attention. And I think I mentioned this before, but I experienced it a lot up in Shasta where we had like these shadows that flew over, but you look up, you can't see anything. Those are those invisible um, ships or whatever you want to call them that's flying over us and you can't see it because it's on a different frequency. So when I got up and looked at the light and I opened the blinds and I looked directly at the sun, I was looking at it, brilliant white light. And I closed my eyes and I said, "Thank you for another morning. Thank you for this moment." And as I closed my eyes, all I saw was this, like this circular but diamond like looking thing, and these one, two, three, four circular circles at the base of it. I said, wait a minute. So I'm thinking to myself, didn't I already draw that? So I have a lot of like artwork that I've been doing, and I've completed this one already. And I said, wait a minute, I think I drew that one. This one is coming into play right now with the pyramids, the connection to the as above, so below, the spiraling in, the portals being open. And it was this, I want to say it looked like this. It looked like this, except this was here across. Okay. These are the DNA strands here, but these dots were here. It almost looked like a crown. And the way it looked, that was the first thing I said. It looks like a crown, but it looks like the crown is coming down like this. Like it's descending downward. And I'm like, well, what happens when a crown is descending downward? Isn't it coming it's coming down into the crown? And I was like, huh. So hold that thought. Hold on. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, what does that really mean? So then I said, well, what is today? And I said, today's the 18th, right? Hmm. And that's solar plexus. That's the yellow rhythmic warrior guided by intelligence. So intelligence, crown, memory, brain, but then also the intelligence is in the heart. So I'm like, wow, how interesting. So I was just really kind of paying attention to that. But yeah, this is what I saw. And I drew this in 10/16 of 2022. I drew this. I time my stuff when I do it. Um, so yeah, that was drawn in 10/16 of 2022. Okay. So now that cloud is totally changed formation. That's creepy. Well, that's not creepy. Wait a minute. There's just so much going on in the sky. So I just wanted to hop on and show you that. Um, Also, the new cards by Rebecca Campbell. The Healing Water Oracle deck is phenomenal. I love the back of the cards. And her cards comes with a wonderful book, very dead on. And I love the pictures. I'm not going to go through all of them. I did a card show already on my Instagram, so you can hop over there and take a look if you want to take a look at all of them. So pretty. Okay, so that was a energetic energy that is definitely coming through, just to let you know. So I just wanted to come on and give this teaching about the I Ching because we are going to be starting the priestess group, the Divine Stargate Priestess group, is starting. We're starting a whole new um, goddess connection, healing within ourselves, and activation of ourselves on the 21st. And we're doing this journey where we're we're kind of going in. I will be doing the crystal blueprint overlays of activation to your blueprint to put it back into balance. Because that's one of the gifts that I got, the mountain. And I was so happy about that. And to really start really going into ourselves and being one with the activations that are coming in. So if you've been heating up and cooling down, you're not having hot flashes, you're having a lot of photonic light that's hitting you and that's activating your body. So as you're getting those activations, that's what we're stepping into. So I just wanted to hop on here and share that with all of you. And I'm supposed to show one more. Just take this activation and just look at it. Okay. And then the next one as a part of activation for the cell. I remember when I was going and getting all of these art books, I'm like, Spirit, why do you have me doing this? Because this one. And one more activational art drawing for you. This one. I like this one. When I saw this one in the air and I said, oh, that's a Star Trek symbol. Where do you think they got it from? And this one was drawn on 9/5 of 2022. There you go. Okay. All right, lovelies. I do have other cards, but I'm not ready yet. I want to go through them a little bit more. I showed this one, haven't, and then the Mystic Sisters. That's kind of a different deck. And the medicine card for today and the plant. I'm going to show this. Last night I got a medicine card. I thought it was funny. I got mugwort. And I said, of course. But here is Earth Warrior's message for today. On top of that, read. Ishel, medicine of the rainbow jaguar. Woo! OMG. Yes. That's beautiful. And it's a 13. Woman, look at the hummingbirds, the jaguar. Look at the hands. Look at the heart. Look at her face. Look at the feathers. Look at all of that. The colors, everything. And so this one, it shall protect you now as you transition from one life phase into the next. With her rainbow light, this guardian goddess instructs you to how to use great power with wisdom to nourish only what is worthy. Using jaguar medicine with perfect timing, she comforts, she confronts that which is unworthy of her devotion, eradicating destructive forces and creating space for healing, relief, and rebirth. Her presence is the wild power of the jaguar, the renewal promise of the rainbow, and the divine feminine creativity. All darkness shall be overcome. Is that dead on with that reading? Shoot, it is. So Let me see. Let me see. If we allow unworthy influences to take up residence in our minds, in our hearts, and our soul, even just a little, they will eventually be our undoing, eroding our happiness and self, self-esteem, vitality, and ability to fulfill our passionate purpose. So say out loud. Are you ready? The rainbow light brings me healing, blessing, and spiritual grace now, according to the unconditional divine love. The Divine Mother brings me all that I need with such generosity and wisdom. Say out loud, Jaguar medicine honors my soul and my divine love now. And just hold that into your space. I love jaguars. I got a beautiful picture in storage with a beautiful black jaguar. And actually, as a panther, jaguars and panthers kind of feel like they're the same energy, but just different colors. Um, but cat energy, I really love cat. And it's that they can go between the worlds. That's what they do. So it's such an on point card to have. And now we're going to talk about what is the healing plant medicine. And then I will close this out. So the plant medicine for today, expansion. Expansion. I don't think we can get this ephedra. I don't think we can get this anymore. They took this off the market. Ephedra was being used for bronchitis, asthma. It also was being used in a lot of weight loss products. And it was working so good for some people, they took that plant out and got rid of it. But I'm pretty sure in other places, you can still get this plant, ephedra. So this is expansion, the expansion of self. And how are you expanding? That plant brings in expansion. All right, lovelies, that's the message of today. I hope you do well with that. I'm going to go ahead and shift this over to my group for their teaching of the I Ching so that they can work with that. And you can work with it too if you so choose. All right, everyone be good to themselves. Thank you for liking and subscribing and being a part of the Be Light tribe. Just keep moving forward. Don't stop no matter what. Keep going. Okay? Just keep going. Because it's the truth that lives here that keeps you going. All right? All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. Bye, AI. Bye, YouTube. Bye, beloved tribe. I do, you know why I do that, right? You know why. You know why. But I sent all of you guys that love and everything. I love you all. All right, be good to yourselves and keep moving forward. No matter what, keep moving forward. All right. Bye.